Good morning, America. Travel troubles on one of the busiest weekends of the holiday season. More than 120 million Americans taking to the roads and skies. Thousands of flights delayed by high winds and heavy rain. A fallen power line igniting these cars. Snow in the Great Lakes. What's in store for today? Our weather team monitoring the changing weather picture and the Christmas week forecast.
Epstein files released. The Justice Department producing thousands of pages of documents related to convicted sex predator Jeffrey Epstein. A large number still missing, and the question, will the files reveal a list of powerful men who took part in Epstein's sexual abuse of teenage girls?
Retaliation. The U.S. launches a massive attack against ISIS targets in Syria. Vengeance for the deadly ambush that killed 2 American soldiers and their interpreter.
We hit every site flawlessly.
This morning, President Trump's warning to terrorists.
Search for answers into the deadly shootings at Brown University and the ambush of an MIT professor. The suspect's body found in a storage locker, the clues authorities say he left behind, and the tip that cracked the case.
On the rise, flu numbers surging in some states. Who's getting hit the hardest? Why the worst may be yet to come.
Tailor-Made, the new revelations from Taylor Swift in the latest episodes of her docuseries.
Men will let you down. The Eras Tour never will.
The behind-the-scenes moments and the ones on stage that sent fans wild.
Let's ride! And college football playoff, the grudge match between Alabama and Oklahoma. The Crimson Tide out for revenge. Highlights ahead. Plus, ESPN's Joey Galloway previews today's matchup.
Let's ride! Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Saturday. Good morning, America.
And good morning, America. So great to have you with us on this Saturday. College football playoffs, they're here. Gio especially fired up.
I did a weird like, woo!
I know, that's right. And we love the sound effects, and it's deserving this weekend. We got a lot to cover on that coming up. Also, some major news happening overnight. The Epstein files release coming up, what we're learning from these new documents and photographs.
We'll have that, and there's also breaking news overnight. The U.S. launching massive airstrikes against ISIS in Syria, retaliation for the ambush attack that killed U.S. troops and their American interpreter.
Yes, we'll get to that. But first, with millions of Americans heading to airports and hitting the road ahead of Christmas week, we begin with the holiday travel outlook. ABC's Morgan Norwood is at Newark Liberty International Airport this morning. Good morning to you, Morgan. How are things looking?
Hey, good morning to you, Janae. Looking pretty good. This is actually the TSA checkpoint line right behind me. The line is certainly building, but checkpoint agents have been moving things along pretty quickly. But we are certainly talking about a busy start to the holiday travel crush with more than 122 million Americans on the roads and taking to the skies over the next week. Off to a messy start, certainly, for this travel period. At one point Friday, listen to this, there were more than 9,000 cancellations and delays from coast to coast, and many of them due to the weather. And nearly 3 million passengers expected to fly today and tomorrow alone, with the FAA directing more than 440,000 flights through December 27th. The busiest airports this holiday going to be the usual suspects, right? Atlanta, Denver, Dallas, Fort Worth, Chicago, O'Hare, and Los Angeles. And to keep traffic moving, we're learning that the FAA says it may open up military airspace, especially along the East Coast and the Gulf. And airlines, we also know, are bracing for this as well. United is expecting 10.3 million passengers, and American is looking at 12 million passengers. But it's not just the skies. AAA says 109 million drivers will be taking that road trip to their holiday destinations, and that's due in part to cheaper gas prices. That's always good news. It's always even better news to know when to leave out. Get going now if you can to avoid that traffic. You're going to run into the worst traffic between 12 and 8 p.m. After 9 is also a good time to head out with.
Yeah, right after GMA. Okay, Morgan, thank you so much. Now to the weather picture, just as millions are on the move for holiday travel. Meteorologist Drew Tuma from our San Francisco station KGO joins us now. Drew, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning. We're watching those dangerous winds across the Northeast as the West is getting slammed with storms. The last 24 hours have been quite active across much of the country. This morning, troublesome weather across the country as millions get ready for holiday travel and festivities. In upstate New York, wind-whipped rain turning to snow as a cold front moves through the region. A fallen power line igniting these cars on Long Island. In Massachusetts, live wires laying across the roadway brought down by falling trees during the intense storm. In New Jersey, a similar scene. This tree tangled in power lines, crashing into a home. The same system brought an all-out blizzard to parts of the Midwest. Fierce winds and blizzard conditions closed roads in Minnesota, with reports of car crashes with visibility near zero. In Michigan, waves as high as 20 feet battering the St. Joseph Lighthouse on Lake Michigan, covering it in ice. Out west in Colorado, a utility pole dangerously swaying amid the strong winds. This trampoline blown away in Longmont. In Boulder County, authorities urging drivers to stay home. The National Weather Service warning of wind gusts that could reach 100 miles an hour. And in the Pacific Northwest, more flooding in the already hard-hit region. Rescuers pulling the people inside this stranded pickup to safety.
It's Mother Nature to do her thing. She'll do it when she wants to. Can't stop it.
And those winds are going to be calming down across the Northeast, but a lot of folks are traveling over the next few days. So let's show you that pre-holiday travel. It's the West that is going to see a lot of delays when it comes to rain. Several atmospheric rivers are set to bring days of rain across Northern California, some light snow across the Great Lakes, but by Tuesday, we're keeping our eyes very closely on the Mid-Atlantic. We can see a mix of rain and snow just as a new storm sets its sights on California. Gio?
A lot of weather to watch there. Drew Tuma, thank you so much, my friend. Now to the Epstein files. The Department of Justice releasing tens of thousands of documents on Friday. The deadline set by the law that Trump signed a month ago after nearly unanimous passage in Congress. But not all of the documents have been made public. And ABC News Chief Justice Correspondent Pierre Thomas is going through all of these documents. He's in Washington now with the latest. Pierre, good morning.
Gio, good morning. Democrats and some of the victims are angry and disappointed that not all the documents were released at once. But DOJ officials are promising transparency and saying they do intend to comply with the law.
After months of delays, the Justice Department now beginning to release hundreds of thousands of documents from its investigation into sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. But this morning, despite a new law from Congress requiring DOJ to release all its Epstein files by Friday, that's not going to happen. What's being released now, sources tell us, is less than half of the files. In this initial release, never-before-seen records from the investigation. Thousands of photographs, some graphic and heavily redacted, but without context about what any of this means. The big question, will the files reveal a list of powerful men who took part in Epstein's sexual abuse of teenage girls? The FBI insisted there is no list, and initially said there was no evidence that could lead them to charge anyone else with crimes. President Trump had a long friendship with Epstein, White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles describing them as sort of young single playboys together. Trump says he and Epstein eventually had a falling out.
I have nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. I threw him out of my club many years ago because I thought he was a sick pervert.
The White House Chief of Staff says Trump's name comes up in the files, but not doing anything awful. I sat down with Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, who was also the president's criminal defense attorney.
Will every document that mentions President Trump, every picture of him, every video, every bit of information related to him in these files be released today or at some point in this process?
Assuming it's consistent with the law, yes. So there's no effort to hold anything back because there's the name Donald J. Trump or anybody else's name, Bill Clinton's name, Reid Hoffman's name. There's no effort to hold back or not hold back because of that, and so. But again, we're not redacting the names of famous men and women that are associated with Epstein.
To be clear, you're saying DOJ has not been ordered to redact anything related to President Trump. That there's no order to do such.
No, I mean I would give the order. President Trump has certainly said from the beginning that he expects all files that can be released to be released, and that's exactly what we're doing.
Trump has tried to turn the focus to Epstein's relationship with Democrats like former President Bill Clinton. Friday's release includes some never-before-seen images of Clinton and Epstein together. This picture of Clinton in a jacuzzi, and this one of him swimming with Epstein's accomplice, convicted sex trafficker Ghislaine Maxwell. But Clinton has not been accused of wrongdoing. In fact, the White House Chief of Staff told Vanity Fair there's no incriminating information about Clinton in the files, saying Trump was wrong about that.
Clinton putting out a statement through a spokesperson overnight saying, in part, they can release as many grainy 20-plus-year-old photos as they want. This isn't about Bill Clinton, never has, never will be. Gio?
Fascinating stuff there, Pierre. And why is there a delay in releasing all of these documents?
The deputy AG told me the full release has been delayed because DOJ learned of additional victim names this week. He said protecting the identities of more than 1,200 victims and their families is painstaking work. Despite whatever criticism is out there, he says they are complying with the law and that the work will get done. Janae?
Very interesting that you said DOJ just learned the names of additional victims this week, Pierre. Thank you for your reporting. We're going to turn now to the massive airstrikes the U.S. launched overnight in Syria, a response to the killing of 2 American soldiers and their interpreter. ABC News senior White House correspondent Selena Wang is in Florida with more on this. Good morning, Selena.
Yeah, Janae, good morning. So after that deadly attack last week, the president told me the U.S. will retaliate. Well, now we're seeing that response, the U.S. launching massive military strikes across central Syria.
Overnight, the U.S. launching a massive attack against ISIS targets in central Syria. Retaliation for the deadly ambush last Saturday that killed 3 Americans, 2 soldiers and their civilian interpreter. U.S. fighter jets and attack helicopters unleashing airstrikes, missiles and artillery hitting 70 ISIS targets, including weapons facilities and infrastructure, according to a U.S. official.
We hit them hard. I ordered a massive strike on the terrorists that killed our 3 great patriots last week. 2 soldiers, 1 interpreter, all great people. And it was very successful. It was precision. We hit every site flawlessly.
Officials also say leading up to this strike, American forces and partners carried out 10 operations, capturing or killing 23 ISIS operatives. President Trump announcing the United States is inflicting very serious retaliation, just as I promised, adding all terrorists who are evil enough to attack Americans are hereby warned. You will be hit harder than you have ever been hit before if you in any way attack or threaten the USA. The strikes are in response to what officials say is a lone ISIS gunman killing those 2 American soldiers, both from Iowa, and their civilian interpreter, marking the first American combat deaths in Syria since 2019. They were on patrol in Palmyra, Syria, supporting counterterrorism operations against the Islamic State. Just days ago, their remains were flown back home to the U.S., the president attending their dignified transfer at Dover Air Force Base.
The defense secretary says this is not the beginning of a war, but a declaration of vengeance. So the question now is, how does ISIS respond and how long does this military escalation last for? Whit.
Selena Wang for us, thanks so much. This morning, new details in the investigation into the Brown and MIT shootings, what authorities found inside the suspect's storage locker, and how they say the case was cracked. ABC's chief investigative correspondent Aaron Katursky joins us now from Boston. Aaron, good morning.
And good morning to you. With the suspect in the mass shooting at Brown University and the murder of the MIT professor died 2 days before his body was found. The authorities are now telling us he was equipped for even more killing, and they're hoping he left behind a clue about his motive. This morning, investigators are searching several thumb drives they say were found with the body of Claudio Neves Valente, the Portugal native who shot and killed 2 Brown University students and an MIT professor he knew from college.
Those are all going to be extracted by FBI and federal agencies to determine if there's anything on those devices that can help explain to the public what he was thinking and what he had planned.
Investigators say the suspect visited a shooting range before the attacks, and when he was found dead of a self-inflicted gunshot in a New Hampshire storage unit, they also found body armor, ammunition, and 2 Glock firearms. Ballistics tests confirmed 1 gun was used at Brown, the other to murder MIT professor Nuno Lolero.
He was definitely equipped to do something else.
Authorities say the case was blown open by an online tip saying, "I'm being dead serious. The police need to look into a gray Nissan with Florida plates, possibly a rental. That was the car he was driving." The tipster told police he confronted the shooter, the FBI releasing this video showing the moment and quoting the tipster saying, "Your car is back there. Why are you circling the block?" The suspect responding, "I don't know you from nobody. Why are you harassing me?" The information led to this blue-gray Nissan Sentra that police say Nevis Valente rented December 1st and that they placed at the scenes of the two crimes. Between the shootings, investigators say the suspect swapped the license plate and used technology to prevent his phone from being tracked.
This guy did not want to be found.
Did not want to be found, and he took steps to try to evade, law enforcement and being captured.
An autopsy determined that the shooter died on Tuesday. That's 2 days before the body was found inside that storage locker up in New Hampshire. As for the tipster, Janae, the mayor of Providence says he deserves the $50,000 reward the FBI was offering, calling the guy nothing less than a hero. Janae?
Certainly is. So many twists and turns in this story, Aaron. Thank you for your reporting from the very beginning. To the war in Ukraine now, Russian President Vladimir Putin promising a response to Ukraine's drone attack on a Russian tanker in the Mediterranean. The Russian leader commenting during a 4-hour news conference in Moscow. ABC's Marcus Moore joined us with more from London. Good morning, Marcus.
Well, Janae, good morning to you. There have been some key developments in the war in Ukraine. Among them, sources confirming to ABC News that Ukraine's SBU carried out that unprecedented strike on a Russian tanker in the Mediterranean Sea. Ukraine using aerial drones to strike the ship that was empty at the time, but Ukrainian officials claim it's used to help Russia skirt sanctions to continue funding its war. Now, this strike came just as Vladimir Putin hosted his annual news conference, and during the event in Moscow, he said that there will be a response to this strike. And also during the marathon news conference that went on for more than 4 hours, Putin said that Russia wants peace, but it will keep fighting this war until its goals are met. In the meantime, U.S. and Russian officials are set to meet in Miami to discuss further on this possible ceasefire deal. And Gio, one of the key sticking points is the proposal that Ukraine would cede territory to Russia in the midst of this war. Gio.
Let's hope that this war starts to end soon. Marcus Moore, thank you so much. Now to the rise in flu in many states across the country and what you can do to help keep your family safe. And ABC's Andrew Dimbert is here now with all the details on this. Andrew, good morning.
Good morning, Gio. Flu cases are surging across the country this holiday season. More than 4.5 million reported nationwide, and the numbers are climbing fast. At least 1,900 deaths have already been reported, with more than 49,000 hospitalizations. And health officials warn the worst may still be ahead as holiday travel ramps up. Even demand for over-the-counter cold medicines and at-home flu and COVID tests has jumped 61% over the last 2 weeks, according to data from Walgreens provided exclusively to GMA. New York City is seeing some of the highest levels of flu-like activity across the country, while many other states are seeing moderate activity of respiratory illnesses. Fueling the surge, a new flu variant known as subclade K, now likely circulating widely in the U.S. and appearing abroad, too, in places like the United Kingdom. But the CDC notes the mutations seen in this new variant result in a mismatch with this season's flu vaccine composition, Gio.
Well, and Andrew, that's because they never know which variant is going to come up when they develop the flu shot each year. But even with this new variant, are health officials saying get the shot anyway?
Yeah, exactly. The CDC still recommends everyone 6 months and older get a flu shot to help reduce the risk of severe illnesses like hospitalization and even death. And they say it's not too late to get vaccinated. And if you're traveling this holiday, experts say take extra precautions, use touch-free security lines when possible, pack disinfecting or alcohol wipes, and wash your hands frequently and thoroughly, because this season's flu is moving fast and every precaution counts. Whit?
Yep, they sure do. Andrew Dimbert, we appreciate it. This morning, we're learning more about the plane crash that killed NASCAR legend Greg Biffle, his family, and 3 friends. The plane going down short of the runway in Statesville, North Carolina on Thursday. Biffle's mother-in-law tells People magazine her daughter texted her just before the crash saying, "We are in trouble." Officials say they have recovered the plane's voice recorder, and they are trying to determine why the plane turned around and tried to land just after taking off. It's an extra special time of year for college football fans. The playoff is underway overnight. Number 9 Alabama taking on number 8 Oklahoma in a rematch. ABC's Ika Jachi is here. You got the holiday green pinstripes on for this one.
Holiday suit.
Yeah, take us through it.
But it wasn't Christmas time for every single college team out there. Alabama fans take that deep breath, because the Tide survives a wild one in Norman Friday. Outlasting Oklahoma in a back-and-forth thriller, this game was a rematch of November's defensive squeaker that saw the underdog Oklahoma Sooners upset Alabama 23-21, ending their 17-game home winning streak and their chances for a top playoff seed. And listen, both teams came to play before a fired-up Oklahoma crowd. Oklahoma scoring first on an 8-yard run by quarterback John Mateer, who's been playing with an injury to his right throwing hand for most of the season. Now, Mateer here, finding Isaiah Satenga for a 7-yard pass and giving the Sooners a 17-0 lead through midway through the second quarter. But get this, Alabama answering with their own 17 points, ending the quarter with a 50-yard pick six from guard Xavier Brown. In the second half, it was all roll tide with 10 unanswered points in the third quarter. They would go on to win 34-24, and they stay alive in the college football playoff, guys. We're just getting started
Getting
here.
that audition for the PA announcer job, aren't you?
Listen, Tuscaloosa, I'm ready for you, all right?
We have way too much coffee. Thank you so much. And coming up, ESPN's Joey Galloway will look ahead to today's big game. And lots of news also ahead. President Trump announces a deal aimed at lowering some prescription drug prices.
Plus, Taylor Swift on Life on the Road, her revealing comments on the latest episodes of her docuseries drop.
This world goes much deeper than you imagine.
Ooh, welcome back to GMA and the beauty of Pandora. This is the big weekend, the epic return of Avatar with Fire and Ash. Fans hitting theaters all over the world. The rave reviews with a lot of tears.
Wow.
Yeah, that's coming up in Pop News.
I mean, it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
It really does. Can't wait to see it. All right, let's take a look at some of the other big stories we're following here on the Saturday morning. The NTSB sending a team of investigators to the scene of that commuter train derailment in New Jersey. 17 people were hurt after New Jersey Transit says 2 trains made contact and one of the trains left the tracks. No word yet on what caused this.
President Trump announcing agreements with 9 drug companies. They'll join his so-called most favored nation pricing model, which pressures companies to only charge U.S. patients the same rate they charge in other countries. They joined 5 other drug makers who already had pricing deals with the White House.
$1.5 billion lottery jackpot is up for grabs tonight. No one has won the big Powerball prize since September. We've been telling you about it in the recent weeks. While the prize has climbed astronomically, the odds still remain ridiculous.
Yeah.
$292 million to 1, but you gotta win, or you gotta play if you want to.
I've actually been saying to myself, I gotta buy a ticket, buy it. I
And then
always
keep
forget.
forgetting.
I keep forgetting, but then I see it keeps growing. I'm like, oh,
exactly.
good. All
It
right.
means it's for
The rest
me.
of us
Yeah.
have just been buying tickets and throwing away money as it gets bigger. Anyway, let's turn now to the start of this half hour with the exciting matchups ahead today in college football. The playoffs, among them Miami taking on Texas A&M College Station. And joining us from there is former college player and 16-year NFL veteran, ESPN football analyst Joey Galloway. Joey, good morning to you. It's great to have you. Let's jump right in here because we'll get to that game in just a minute. First, the college football playoff kicked off last night with Alabama versus Oklahoma, and the Tide rolls on.
It was amazing down there to see OU get up 17-0, and the crowd is going absolutely nuts. And then Alabama found a way to get into the end zone, a freshman scoring a touchdown, and it sort of just changed the entire game. Now, all of a sudden, Alabama gets some momentum. They get things going, and then they take the lead 27-17. And 50 Cent shows up, and he comes out. And all of a sudden, it just woke up the OU crowd. Everything got exciting again. OU gets back in the game, but just didn't have enough. Alabama, congratulations, huge win on the road in the playoffs, beating a team that beat them in the regular season.
All right, a huge win there, Joey. And the first round of the college football playoffs continues today with 6 more teams battling for a spot in the quarterfinals. Tulane faces Ole Miss for the second time this season in Oxford. The Green Wave, we looked at the record here. The Green Wave, they haven't beaten the Rebels since 1988. So can Tulane pull off an upset?
There can't be a football team on the planet that is more excited to play football than Ole Miss. Every conversation about Ole Miss in the last month has been about Lane Kiffin and him leaving the team. There's been no discussions of Ole Miss winning their 11 games and what a great season they've had and how motivated these players will be. So they can't wait to get back on the field. Tulane is a team that is well coached. They're very talented. I expect them to score some points. I expect this to be a high-scoring game. I just don't think that Tulane has enough to knock off Ole Miss. I just think those kids are ready. I think they'll be more motivated. And I think what they've been through will bring this team together, and they'll be ready to play against Tulane.
All right, Joey, let's talk about that crowd behind you. They've got their hard hats on. They're ready to get to work for their team, I guess. Miami comes into College Station today as the final at-large team in the playoff with a lot to prove as they take on a dominant Texas A&M team. What are the keys for each team to secure the win?
I think it's going to come down to the quarterbacks on both sides. I think Carson Beck, if he can take care of the football, and their 2 losses this season, he threw 7 interceptions, 4 in one, 3 in the other. And it's tough for them to win when they turn the ball over. And for Texas A&M, Marcel Reed has been amazing all season long. I expect him to bounce back from the loss to Texas. They're a team that is explosive. He can get outside the pocket. If he can stay on his feet and avoid the rush of Miami, make plays downfield, he has 2 great receivers outside in Concepcion and Craver. If he can just make plays like he's done all season long, Texas A&M at home will have a pretty good game plan for Miami.
Now, Joey, the crowd hyping up your analysis there. They like what you got to say. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. There you go, College Station. We love you right back. All right, you can catch College Game Day starting at 9 a.m. on ESPN. Then it's Texas A&M taking on Miami at noon right here on ABC.
Now on GMA with 5 days to go till Christmas, and a look at how companies are working to improve your shopping experience with AI chatbots. And Becky Worley, she checked out the advances in customer service. Take a look.
If you've shopped online, at some point you've needed help from customer service. And that's where AI is entering the chat. Or, in this case, entering with a chat bot. Big companies like Lululemon, Pandora Jewelry, and Williams-Sonoma are constantly honing these customer service chatbots. I went to Dreamforce, the largest AI event in the world, where Salesforce CEO Mark Benioff gives me tips about the AI agents that tools from his company run in the background of thousands of e-commerce sites. His first piece of advice: give these AI agents a chance.
I tried a lot of these agents when they first came out, and sometimes they just couldn't do the job. Have they gotten better?
The technology is moving very fast. It's literally getting better every single day, and it learns more the more that you use it.
Next, whenever you talk to an AI agent, make sure you're logged in so they have your history, like if you have to send a product back.
You will just say, I'm initiating a return, and it's going to start. The process will start, and it knows you because you've already been working with that company.
And many bots these days can authorize a return or track your shipment without ever escalating to a person.
So I need my delivery split, or where's my order? Those are things that the AI agent can help you with.
Now remember, these aren't search engines. Ask questions like you're talking to a human.
Talk to it, just use your own language. Just speak to it like we're speaking right now.
And many bots speak other languages, so you could try your native tongue if that's more comfortable. Finally, these AI agents are just the first level of customer service.
If at some point it's not working, if you're using Salesforce's system, at any moment you can always say, please escalate me to a human. They just want to make sure you're happy.
For Good Morning America, Becky Worley, San Francisco, California.
Please escalate me to a human.
That's Operator.
Yes, yeah.
Operator.
Thank you, Becky, for that.
Taylor Swift revealing more of her life on tour in the docuseries The End of an Era. With new episodes dropping, fans treated to an inside look at the superstar, and our resident Swiftie, who met Taylor himself, Will Gans, is all in. Good morning, Will.
Do I still have that Swiftie glow?
Yeah,
do. Okay, good. Just checking. She spent the last 72 days at #1 on the global Spotify chart. She's won Album of the Year more than any other artist ever. And we are still somehow seeing sides of Taylor Swift that we have never seen before, thanks to her End of an Era docuseries. And the freshly released episodes 3 and 4 are her most revealing yet. One thing about Taylor Swift, she's gonna keep it 100.
I've never worked out this much in my life. It's horrible.
On the land, the sea, and in episodes 3 and 4 of her End of an Era docuseries.
Men will let you down. The Eras Tour never will.
For the first time, fans getting a look at the training it took to get Taylor physically ready for the 3.5-hour show.
Strong dislike. 2 thumbs down.
Revealing she covered 8 miles of ground during each performance, including the backstage hustle, making each costume change happen. The quickest change lasting a mere 39 seconds. And then there's the now infamous gold Reputation bodysuit. And speaking of her Reputation era, Taylor opening up about her splits from Joe Alwyn and Maddie Healy for the first time.
My personal life was hard. I went through 2 breakups on the first half of this tour, and that's a lot of breakups.
Miss Americana taking that heartbreak and turning the tour into her prince.
The show was what gave me purpose.
Until Taylor's mom heard about Travis Kelce and shifted into matchmaking mode.
Ding, 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 ding. And I said, Now, how in the world am I going to get her to meet him or whatever? You said something to the effect of, like, you got to start doing something different.
Taylor reconsidering one of her own cardinal rules of dating.
I've been very non-athlete because I'm not one, and I've always just been like, well, what would we talk about?
But when she meets Travis, sparks fly.
Somehow there's been this dynamic shift with Travis because it's shocking how many similarities we have towards our jobs, but it's our passion. We've been chasing this since we were little kids.
And his appearance in her London show?
I can safely say that was the loudest it ever got on the Eras Tour.
Rivaled only by this Grammy-winning guest star.
Sabrina is just like a shooting star.
Episode 4 also features an incredible opportunity for one of Taylor's male backup dancers to step into the all-female Ready For It portion of the Reputation era. And yes, more Taylor and Travis content than we have ever seen before. Episodes 3 and 4 of The End of an Era are streaming now on Disney+, and it's all leading up to episodes 5 and 6 of the series, which drop this Tuesday, December 23rd. Merry Swiftmas to all.
Okay, wait, real quick. What's been your favorite part so far?
Ooh, I just love the backstage sessions where it's just her and a guitar figuring out a new song she's gonna play. Because it reminds people that she is, like, first and foremost a musician and is so good at what she does.
Well, and I love how she treats her staff members and all of
I
that.
mean, that stuff's amazing,
That's
too.
really next level.
Yeah.
Next level.
Yeah.
And I knew I could put you on the spot and you'd have a great answer, so thank you, Will.
Thank you.
We're back now with our play of the day, and I love this one. This man who proves you're never too old to play with toys or make them. Harold Yoke is 100 years old. He's a toy maker, and everything he creates is made completely by hand. He had a successful career in woodworking, making kitchen cabinets, but when he retired, he opened up a whole new toy chest.
I sit out here in the cold in the wintertime, the hot in the summer, and just keeps going. I like doing it. I really do.
So this time of year, his garage workshop in Garden Grove, California is converted into a Christmas storefront open to the public for those toying with the idea of gifting something made with love. No batteries required.
That is so cool.
I'm gonna look him up.
Cars and
Order some
everything.
toys.
Yeah. And he's
definitely.
just like passionate about it and having joy. I love it.
Yep.
So coming up here on GMA in our second hour, as you hit the road for the holiday season, what you need to know about black ice.
Plus, we are getting audiences' first reactions to Avatar: Fire and Ash.
And with only 5 days till Christmas, it's cookie time. More on that coming up.
Good morning, America. It's our second hour. Travel troubles on one of the busiest weekends of the holiday season. More than 120 million Americans taking to the roads and skies. Thousands of flights delayed by high winds and heavy rain. A fallen power line igniting these cars. Snow in the Great Lakes. What's in store for today? Our weather team monitoring the changing weather picture and the Christmas week forecast.
Winter safety warning, driving on black ice. Why it's so dangerous and hard to detect, we take a test drive to show you how to stay safe.
Avatar: Fire and Ash, lighting up theaters across the country and sending box office numbers skyward. We'll hear what audiences are saying.
And get ready to jump into the new Disney on Ice.
That is so cool!
From the waters of Moana to the streets of Zootopia, more than 50 beloved characters taking the ice, and we're bringing you behind the scenes as we say,
Good morning, America!
Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Saturday. Good morning, America.
Gorgeous Saturday. Good morning, America. Coming up this morning with just 5 days till Christmas, we're getting a taste of Bon Appetit's favorite cookie recipes. The last time they had these cookies, these two went nuts.
Oh, and these are like really special cookies.
Yeah.
We've been seeing them already.
Don't think I wasn't investigating earlier.
Hold me
this morning.
back.
Yeah, absolutely. Plus the gift of reading. We're going to break down some great books for special kids in your life, from the very little ones to teens. All the kiddos are going to get some good books.
Yep, looking forward to that. that. First, though, more than 122 million Americans on the go this holiday season, according to AAA, but many of them may experience some major snags with the weather coast to coast. Drew Tuma from our station KGO in San Francisco joins us with more on that. Drew, good morning to you.
With dangerous winds across the northeast and heavy rain across the west, it's been a really active 24 hours across the country. This morning, troublesome weather across the country as millions get ready for holiday travel and festivities. In upstate New York, wind-whipped rain turning to snow as a cold front moves through the region. A fallen power line igniting these cars on Long Island. In Massachusetts, live wires laying across the roadway brought down by falling trees during the intense storm. In New Jersey, a similar scene. This tree tangled in power lines crashing into a home. The same system brought an all-out blizzard to parts of the Midwest. Fierce winds and blizzard conditions closed roads in Minnesota with reports of car crashes with visibility near zero. In Michigan, waves as high as 20 feet battering the St. Joseph Lighthouse on Lake Michigan, covering it in ice. Out west in Colorado, a utility pole dangerously swaying amid the strong winds. This trampoline blown away in Longmont. In Boulder County, authorities urging drivers to stay home. The National Weather Service warning of wind gusts that could reach 100 miles an hour. And in the Pacific Northwest, more flooding in the already hard-hit region. Rescuers pulling the people inside this stranded pickup to safety.
It's Mother Nature to do her thing. She'll do it when she wants to. Can't stop it.
And now we're looking at more rain, more storms across the west. Let's show you what is going on here. We are seeing an atmospheric river moving into Northern California, and it's going to park itself there through the weekend. I mean, look at Sunday. More heavy rain coming our way. In Northern California, flood watches are posted. For the middle part of the country, it's pretty dry. The Gulf Coast could see some scattered showers out there. As we head into Tuesday, we're watching the Mid-Atlantic very closely. That's when we can see a mix of rain and snow, some travel troubles there. Across the west, more rain. Another storm is arriving. For Christmas Eve, we're looking at the potential for even heavier rain across California. SoCal getting another storm, and even Christmas Day. Geo, California cannot get a break. More rain, more wind, and more mountain snow.
All right, definitely a white Christmas there, Drew. Thank you so much. We'll see you again very soon. Now to the holiday travel outlook. Millions of Americans are heading to airports and hitting the road ahead of Christmas week. And ABC's Morgan Norwood is at Newark Liberty Airport. And Morgan, it is looking quite busy there. Good morning.
Hey, good morning to you, Gio. That's right. That's because 122 million Americans from coast to coast are hitting the roads and the skies. And here at Newark, we are definitely seeing the crowds. I mean, take a look at the TSA checkpoint line. It's literally snaking through the lobby this morning. Certainly a preview of what's to come throughout the day from coast to coast. I want to talk about what we've seen so far on Friday. There were more than 9,000 cancellations and delays from coast to coast, many of them due to that weather that Drew was just talking about. Nearly 3 million passengers are expected to fly today and tomorrow alone, with the FAA directing more than 440,000 flights through December 27th. The busiest airports this holiday are going to be the usual: Atlanta, Denver, Dallas, Fort Worth, Chicago O'Hare, and Los Angeles. So if you're traveling through those hubs, give yourself some extra time to keep traffic moving. The FAA says it may end up opening military airspace along the East Coast and the Gulf. Airlines are bracing for this as well. United is looking at 10.3 million passengers, American about 12 million. And it's not just the skies. We know AAA is expecting about 109 million Americans to drive to their holiday destinations. So definitely you want to get going before noon if you are hitting the road, or maybe wait till later this evening around 9 p.m. Whit.
And as you noted there, give yourself plenty of extra time. Thank you, Morgan. We appreciate it. Now to the airstrikes the U.S. launched overnight in Syria, a response to the killing of 2 American soldiers and their interpreter. ABC News senior White House correspondent Selena Wang is in Florida with more on that. Selena, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Whit. So after that deadly attack last week, the president told me the U.S. will retaliate. Well, now we're seeing that response. The U.S. launching massive military strikes across central Syria, U.S. fighter jets and helicopters unleashing those strikes, missiles and artillery hitting 70 ISIS targets, including weapons facilities and infrastructure. That's according to a U.S. official. So this is the response to that deadly ambush last Saturday that killed 3 Americans, 2 soldiers and their civilian interpreter. Officials say the attack was carried out by a lone ISIS gunman. The president announcing that, quote, the United States is inflicting very serious retaliation, just as I promised, adding, all terrorists who are evil enough to attack Americans are hereby warned. You will be hit harder than you have ever been hit before if you in any way attack or threaten the USA. Now, the defense secretary says this is not the beginning of a war, but a declaration of vengeance. So the question now, Janae, is how does ISIS respond and how long will this military escalation last for?
A declaration of vengeance. Selena Wang, thank you for your reporting. Back here at home now to flu cases that are surging across the country this holiday season. At least 1,900 deaths have already been reported, with more than 49,000 hospitalizations. And health officials warn the worst may still be ahead as holiday travel ramps up. New York City is seeing some of the highest levels, while many other states are seeing, quote, moderate activity of respiratory illnesses. Health officials say a new flu variant is likely circulating widely.
All right, we've got sports now, and the college football playoffs are in full swing. Overnight, number 9 Alabama taking on number 8 Oklahoma. Alabama with a rematch redemption, beating the Sooners 34-24. More games all over the country this Saturday, with Miami taking on Texas A&M, Tulane facing off against Ole Miss, and James Madison versus Oregon. You can catch College Game Day starting at 9 a.m. on ESPN. Then it's Texas A&M taking on Miami at noon. Right here on ABC.
We saw the crowd was there already fired up for that
absolutely
one this morning.
Fired up.
Yep. All right, coming up on GMA in our morning menu, the hidden highway danger of black ice. What you need to know before hitting the road.
Also ahead, the Upside Down on Broadway, a Stranger Things surprise cameo, and Will Gans was there. He's going to tell us all about it in Pop News.
And with just 5 days until Christmas, we've got the best children's books of 2025 for last-minute shoppers. Stick around. We'll be right back here on GMA.
Okay, we're back now with a warning here about black ice on the roads this holiday season. What makes black ice so dangerous is that you often can't see it. And I took a test drive with the experts to show you what to do. So check this out. It's a worst-case scenario. Vehicles losing control. You're in that car. This deputy nearly hit by an out-of-control car in Wisconsin. To find out how debilitating black ice can be,
the vehicle can spin out.
We head to the frigid GM Proving Ground in Milford, Michigan. Here, they use state-of-the-art tiles to simulate icy road conditions like invisible black ice, snow, and slush. Essentially a runway to put its vehicles through the worst winter has to offer. Josh Stidham is a Chevrolet engineer, and he says some of those scary spinouts likely occur in older cars without anti-lock brakes or electronic stability control. So for our first demonstration, we intentionally disabled those systems.
I'm only doing 30 miles an hour, but if I slam on the brakes, you can see that with no system active, you can see that I don't have any control. I'm just sliding no matter what steering input I put in.
You're turning that wheel, nothing's happening.
Correct.
What should people do when they're on this road and they see this black ice and they hit the black ice?
You can drive across this slippery surface with very light throttle inputs, very slight steering inputs, and the vehicle doesn't spin out of control because there's nothing upsetting the vehicle.
And when you do need to turn, no matter what kind of car you're driving, Josh says to perform one action at a time. While still in a straight line, gently press on the brake to slow the vehicle. Once at a safe speed, release the brake and then make your turn. Once the wheel is straight again, that's when you accelerate. Steering combined with braking or accelerating increases your chances of losing control.
You should try to do one and only one thing at the same time.
If you can't avoid a fishtail, you want to steer calmly in the direction you want to go.
So basically, if the rear of the vehicle is moving to the right, you want to steer to the right.
Now we reactivate the anti-lock brakes and electronic stability control. That tells each wheel when to brake, now required on all cars and most trucks and SUVs built after 2012.
I'm braking, you can see I'm steering, the vehicle is going where I want to, it's not out of control.
When you start turning, that's when you start losing control. The system, though, is activating, and the system is keeping the car pretty much in control. But Josh warns no system is foolproof. His number one tip for all drivers, a simple one.
If conditions are inclement out there, slow down.
Yeah, slow down. So again, if you must drive, use those soft movements as much as you can. Slow down, increase the distance between you and the car that's right in front of you. So give yourself that time to react. And get this, experts also caution against using cruise control in icy conditions, because if your car starts to slide, that cruise control may try to maintain your speed when all you want to do is actually slow down.
Yeah. Those soft movements, as you mentioned,
Yep.
key, because once you start turning the wheel, then all sorts
Then you start spinning out.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Gio, for that. We appreciate it. Why are you judging me, Jeanette?
When you start swerving all over the place, it's bad news. Yes, you're right.
I'm a bit animated this morning, you know? It's the weekend. All right. All right, we got a big pop news today. Will Gans, a special one,
A special one, indeed. All right, we begin pop news with the final countdown to the Stranger Things finale. And, wait a minute, guys. I think Vecna's close. Really close. Like, here in New York City, you guys, Jamie Campbell Bower, who plays Vecna in the record-breaking Netflix TV series, showing up on stage last night in Stranger Things: The First Shadow on Broadway. It was a total surprise to the audience, which, as you might imagine, went absolutely crazy.
You were there.
In the theater. Yeah, I was there. And, I mean, the applause break lasted so long. Jamie was making his Broadway debut, taking over the role of Henry Creel in the final scene of the play. All of this, of course, leading up to part 2 of season 5, which drops on Netflix on Christmas Day. So he showed up and people went
so
wild.
exciting.
I was seeing his posts all night long. I woke up and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And that Broadway show, you recommended that I go. I mean, it's amazing. It's incredible.
The special effects, the storytelling, and how it goes hand in hand with everything that's happening in season 5.
Yes. Love it.
Man, I could talk about this
Your
for a while.
fiance was saying a good night to be at Stranger Things.
It was. All right, next to the hugely anticipated opening for Avatar: Fire and Ash. The film is aiming for a global launch of around $350 million this weekend and is certifiably buttered up with a 91% audience popcorn score on Rotten Tomatoes. Fans sharing spoiler-free reviews on TikTok, which essentially just show them sobbing in the theater when the movie is over.
Wow.
Yeah, and other superfans are flexing their own Avatar tattoos, toy collections, all of the above to celebrate the release of the 3rd installment in theaters. The first 2 Avatar movies are numbers 1 and 3 of the highest grossing films of all time, and Fire and Ash could join them in the record books. Avatar: Fire and Ash in theaters right now.
The tattoos, fresh ink.
I know.
Tears. That's beautiful.
Lots to celebrate there. And finally, a new game is taking over social media just in time for you to play with your family over the holidays. It's simply being called the Say the Word on the Beat Challenge. And in it, players are shown rhyming images like price, ice, rice, and more rhyming words like parrot, carrot, and ferret. All you have to do is say them on beat, with each round getting harder than the next. The game has racked up millions and millions of views on TikTok and YouTube. And of course, we had to try it briefly here. Take a look. If we have the video. Oh, here we go.
Bone, phone, cone, cone, stone, bone, phone.
Phone, cone, bone, bone. Oh, that is a stone.
That's so hard.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know it was my turn, yeah.
Yeah, people
You guys are great at that game.
Getting worked
Hey,
up.
I got them right.
If you want to play with your family, just search the Say the Word on Beat on YouTube game.
It makes for really fun videos.
Very fun videos. You escaped this time, but don't think you're so lucky.
Oh, I'm ready.
We're going to have you play.
You're pretty good at it, actually. We should try it after the show.
All right.
Thank you, Will. Now to Disney on Ice, a new show bringing some of the most beloved stories to families in a whole new way. And Rhiannon and Allie had the chance to go behind the scenes. Check it out.
Hello. Ah! I'm anxiety. Where can I put my stuff?
From the introspective world of Inside Out.
This is a call from the ancestors.
To Moana's high sea adventures. Back for another spin, Jump In, the new show from Disney on Ice where emotions run wild.
Disney on Ice.
My daughters and I got to go behind the scenes.
Donald and Goofy for the whole gang.
This familiar foursome serve as our guides.
What does the Jump In mean? We are inviting everyone to jump in and celebrate their favorite memories. Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy get a hold of a magic mouse pad, and they take that and they use that tablet to take us to all different worlds in different ways.
For the first time, all the excitement of Moana 2 is being brought to life on the ice.
In Moana 2, she focuses on like connecting people with different islands. I hope the audience to feel something like connection with like people.
That spirit of connection is as deep as the ocean amongst the cast. Mario Castro is one of the longest-running cast members.
You've been in a lot of shows.
17 productions on Disney on Ice.
So what makes this one so special?
It was such a pleasure to perform this character. I think it was like a gift. My time on the ice, and I hugged my daughter, and the connection, you know, like connection, the ocean and the people, it's incredible.
The ice transforming into an ocean of wonder.
That is so cool.
From the watery world of Moana to the icy lands of Frozen and the bustling streets of Zootopia, where the girls and I helped Judy and Nick track down elusive diamond thieves. Jump In features over 50 beloved characters, including a mischievous blue experiment by the name of Stitch, who causes some disruption in the production and our interviews.
What is your favorite part of this show?
I get to perform on the aerial silks, which is so cool. It's bringing this beautiful element of these aerial silks that represent Rapunzel's hair, her golden hair, and help her fly through the air like she's jumping out of her tower for the first time.
Another first-timer on the ice, Anxiety from Inside Out 2.
What is it like to see all those kids' faces light up when they see their favorite characters out there?
That's when the memories are happening, right? That's when they're living in the moment. They're creating brand new, fun memories with family and friends. And this holiday season, this is the perfect time to come and make new memories with us.
For Good Morning America, Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
And Disney on Ice is touring the country right now. Still coming up here on GMA, book suggestions for the little ones on your list this year. We're breaking down the top choices for young readers by age. Up next, you don't want to miss it.
I like these covers.
We are back now with the indisputable queen of Christmas, Mariah Carey. You are not taking my Mariah Carey line, who had made history this week with that 1994
He was harmonizing.
That's what it was, yeah.
Sharing this Insta post after the single topped the Billboard's Hot 100 chart for 20 non-consecutive weeks. But listen to this, making it the longest-running #1 song in chart history for holiday and non-holiday tune. By the way, I remember a lot of people always used to say the self-described Queen of Christmas. She's like, I never said that.
Yeah.
She's like, I never said that about myself.
Sure.
You are.
But she
The
is.
described.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. All right, now to some of the top headlines that we're following right now. The Treasury Department is upping the pressure on Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, announcing more sanctions on his family and associates. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says the goal is to stop illegal drug trafficking into the U.S., though earlier this week, the White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles told Vanity Fair the goal was to oust Maduro.
More than 200 people in quarantine amid that measles outbreak in South Carolina, which currently involves 144 cases. At least 9 new cases have been reported in the area since Tuesday. It's the 4th week. Quarantine numbers are in the triple digits. While quarantine has ended for some over the past month, new cases have led to new exposures. Almost all of the cases are unvaccinated.
And if you want to get close to the iconic Trevi Fountain in Rome, soon it's going to cost you more than a coin that you toss over your shoulder. Rome's mayor announcing a €2 fee, which comes out to about $2.34, to get onto the stone steps near the fountain. The fee takes effect February 1st. It is so gorgeous there.
That is interesting because it's tough to get in there.
It
It's
is.
like there's a whole crowd. You got your gelato in your hand trying to get in there.
Weasel
Interesting.
through.
Yeah. Okay, now to the best books to gift the little ones in your life this holiday season. Joining us now with a few recommendations is Laura Walsh, the Chief Program Officer for Link, or Literacy in Community. And all of these books here are shoppable too. You got the QR code right there. Laura, it's so great to have you. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Thank you so much for having me
Yeah,
today.
so let's start with Link's mission. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so Link is a wonderful nonprofit organization. We actually stand for Literacy in Community, so it's Link with a C at the end. And so Link envisions a world where every child can read. And so we know that the way to do this is to give parents practical tips and tools that they can put every day into their homes. We actually call them healthy reading habits. So that's what we do.
I love that.
And we were talking about this before we came on, because it's difficult sometimes to pick out a good book for your kids. So what is the top tip for making a recommendation for a book for a child?
Yeah, so the top tip is really let them guide you with their interests. So when I'm in the library or in a bookstore with my kids, I let them take over and take me to the shelves that they want to be at. So if it's interesting to them, you've already won half of the battle. So that's the first tip. The second tip, right, so if you're thinking about an older reader, right, if you have an older child in your life and you're like, can they read this independently? What you're going to want to do is let them read the first few sentences. If it sounds like how you and I are talking right now, chances are they can read that on their own.
Oh, that's a really good little trick to use.
Yeah.
What books do you recommend for younger kids, like babies to 3-year-old range? I've got a 2-year-old at home.
Oh, so exciting. Okay, so an amazing book by a tremendous author. Her name is Susie Jaramillo. She does the Cantico series. So this book is called Feelings. It's a bilingual board book. It's incredible to build something called social emotional vocabulary, and it's an interactive book. So it's like a flap and lift book.
Yeah.
So kids are forced to touch the book, feel the book, and it builds early print concepts as well as vocab.
I love that. My niece and nephew, they're in the 3 to 7 range. So what about them?
3 to 7 range, I have a great book recommendation. It's called Penguin Problems. We love this book in my home. I have an 8-year-old and a 5-year-old, and so my 8-year-old will read this one to my 5-year-old. Yep, it's by Jory John.
Well, that's the thing. I saw this cover and I was like, I'm in.
Yep.
So I guess I'm 3 to 7.
Yep. Well, what I was going to say about this book.
This speaks to me. Can we zoom in? It's way too early.
Yeah, we're all feeling that right now, right?
Yeah.
So this book is incredible because it's interesting for a variety of ages, but I always find with this book that it actually gives me a chuckle as the adult. So I have a good time reading it as well. But this book is incredible because it's interesting, the illustrations are phenomenal, but it also can spark conversations about penguin habitats. And so it's a nonfiction book, but we can start to talk about science. And there's a couple other from the same author that talk about other animal problems.
Cool.
Plus, penguins are the best. Everybody loves
Yeah, very
penguins.
seasonal,
Yeah.
too.
All right, so I got 2 kids in middle school. So here, recommendations for kids 8 to 13 years old. How do you pick those books out? That's tough.
So that is where you really, really do have to lean into the interest first, right? So my 8-year-old, sometimes she'll start reading a book, and if it's just not something she's interested in, she's not going to carry through with it. But she loves this book, right? And I think that this book, Magnolia Wu Unfolds It All, is a great kind of first chapter book, like my first big kid book. And it's a tremendous book about, I won't give away the ending, but it's with the backdrop of New York City. Magnolia Wu, her parents own a laundromat, and there's really great themes about community and friendship and figuring out who you are, which I think is a really sweet spot for this age.
And I saw on the screen there, it's an award winner too.
Yes.
So that's amazing.
Yes, it is.
Well, Laura, thank you so much for coming in. This is great.
Yeah, thank you so
Truly
much.
appreciate it. And again, for everybody at home, these books are all shoppable there. You can scan the QR code right there on the screen. It'll take you to goodmorningamerica.com to get these books, and you can learn more about length. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much.
Coming up here, we are counting down to Christmas with DIY decorations families can make together.
We are back now on GMA. We have 5 days until Christmas, and lifestyle expert Shannon Doherty is here with some fun and easy holiday decoration projects. We're so excited for this. We're going to leave these two to start decorating paper in just a second. Let's kick things off with something easy, fun, and useful, and it's this paper, right?
Guys, this is one of my favorite ideas for the holidays.
It's so cute.
It is a craft, and it's like fun activities, hours of entertainment, and very useful for moms.
Yeah.
It's make your own wrapping paper out of just a large sheet of craft paper. You can get white, brown, any color. Leave your kids with paint. You can do pom-poms, markers.
And we can start doing this
You guys
right
are
now,
go ahead,
right?
guys, try it. Paint down it. I love this is fun. Get cookie cutters. Dip it in the paint, and then decorate your own wrapping paper.
And you said it needs lots of paint.
You need
right?
lots of paint. Yeah, because you want to be able to push the cookie cutter around in it, dab it in, and just start stamping.
Now you guys don't have your smocks, so keep it clean.
And this is cute because they can personalize it. Like, Grandma, I made made you this paper. It's super fun.
Well, let's see.
And easy
Oh,
to do.
yeah. You got it.
Guys,
Cool.
start crafting
Oh,
away.
we're
There you go.
crafting.
See?
Right.
Look,
Yeah.
actually, good
They
job.
gotta get warmed up a
Make a
little bit,
pattern,
but
do
they're
all the
working on
things.
it.
See?
This is adorable.
Entertain them.
All
And look,
right.
you'll have all this wrapping. You know,
Yeah.
last minute when you don't have the paper.
Yes,
make
this is
it.
genius.
Easy.
These guys need a little work, but it's really good.
You guys craft away.
Okay, so let's talk about these gumball.
It's adorable.
They're
Look,
so cute.
we made these. There's like very
so
expensive
easy to
versions
make.
of these in the store, and you can just make them with the mini little red cups.
Oh my
and then you
gosh.
get a soda topper
Yeah.
and a little fillable ornament. Glue it
This
on
is
top.
adorable.
You just put the pom-poms right in.
Yeah, right in there.
Yep. And look how cute these are. Ornaments.
Oh
You can
my
write your name,
gosh.
date.
Yeah.
Another craft that takes up time and just looks adorable
Oh
for
my
your
gosh.
family.
Wait, Gio and wait, you guys know how I love a red Solo cup. Even the
Yes,
blue
you
ones.
do.
That's
true.
You can use those to
There you
paint too.
go.
Okay, these little candy canes?
Yes, another cute craft. All you need is pipe cleaners and red and white beads. I mean,
So
how
easy.
simple.
Oh
It's
my
a sweet
gosh.
little sensory activity. And look, these are fun. We do a kids
What's your sleeve?
craft
What's your
tree.
sleeve?
Yeah.
So
Oh,
all the
cute.
ornaments that we make together,
Yeah.
they just put them right on that tree. They loved bringing them out every year, seeing what they made.
Oh my gosh,
Cute,
you're,
and you just do
you're
red
so
and-
crafty. I love it. Your kids must have a blast.
Honestly, it's great. I have 4 kids, so entertaining them with crafts is like a win.
The
A
easiest
total
thing to
win.
do. Okay, I love this. So these must be old soap?
Yeah, so
Wait,
this
is this soap in
is
it?
soap in it. So
What?
if you want to like festive your house,
Yeah.
just go get some clear soap,
Oh
put
my
mini
gosh.
ornaments and beads in there, put a bow on top, and this is just
And
like
it's-
how cute. If you're having
how
family
easy.
over, my kids love these, and it's just like a sweet little way to festive up your house.
Okay, and how did you do these?
Okay, this is great too. Also,
Wait,
say you
so
want
you like made art out of
out of a
bag.
gift bag. I mean, we always have so many, whether you're giving a gift or you
Yes.
just want to run to the like dollar store and get a bunch of gift bags, frame them. I mean, how simple is
What
this?
a great way for
Decorate the
Christmas
kids'
art.
bedrooms, decorate it's just like easy and fun.
Oh my gosh, I
a gift
love
bag.
these little craft ideas. Okay,
Guys,
what do you
mine's
give
all
them?
done.
Oh, I
Yeah.
like it.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you?
Look,
I stuck
mean,
with
if I'm
the-
picking
started-
a favorite,
theme.
I might be going
I'd
star.
mix colors.
But
Yeah.
Wait, whose did you say was your favorite?
I might be going
Gio's?
this one.
Okay,
Look.
I'm not judging.
I
I'm
don't
not judging.
know. I
Look at all the
appreciate
colors.
the pattern. I appreciate the like
Nice
thoughtful
holiday.
pattern.
Wait, you're
I
going
got
with
green
it.
Christmas trees.
I lean towards Wits, but you want Gio's. That's fine. Great
Hey,
job,
you all
guys.
let
Great
us
job,
know.
guys.
So much.
Y'all let us know which one you like.
Yeah, let the
all right?
people decide.
There you go. Please tell us on social media which you like better.
Guys,
Let's-
I like them both. It's impressive.
You guys are really great elves to help out Santa. Thank you so much.
Oh, we are counting down to Christmas, which means it's crunch time for cookies. These recipes are all inspired by the hometowns of Bon Appetit editors. And the editor-in-chief of Bon Appetit, Jamila Robinson, is back here to level up your Christmas cookies this year. It is so good to see you.
Good morning. Happy holidays.
When you come to the show, I just know that there's going to be some good cookies because you're a cookie monster just like me. So this one is from Tennessee.
Well, all of our cookies are inspired by the hometowns of our editors, and so we were also trying to evoke nostalgia and everything people love about their hometowns, their sense of place, their memories. And so our first cookie is the hot chocolate cookie. It's inspired by winters in Tennessee, and think about a hot chocolate. We even got it down to that marshmallow swirl. It's wonderful high-end chocolate. It's got a little hint of cinnamon, that crunch. That is a great cookie to make with kids. Santa's going to be getting all kinds of chocolate chip cookies. I highly recommend leaving this one out for Santa.
Ooh, and now I taste the hot chocolate after. That is
chocolate,
good.
Milk chocolate and lots of marshmallow cream.
So good. Okay, so let's go to the Windy City now.
Windy City, Chicago, iconic for the Chicago mixed popcorn, that salty, sweet cheddar and caramel popcorn. Well, our editor has remix that into a cookie.
Ooh, the remix.
The snack is, so we've got a shortbread with a layer of really chewy caramel, and of course,
Get in there,
make it
Gio.
crunch,
Don't
make
be-
it crunch.
Don't be shy.
the caramel popcorn on top into a cookie. This is our showstopper.
Look at Gio's face.
Oh my God!
Really
What
close up
is
of
this?
Gio's-
That is a showstopper cookie. If you can't get one of those tins of cheddar caramel popcorn, make this cookie. People are going to love it.
This is unreal. Okay.
Crazy.
Sneaking
That
in.
is a crazy show.
All right, well,
Yeah.
Janae comes over here
Yeah.
and steals some ears. We got more over here. So this is from Chennai, right?
Yes.
The cultural capital of India.
Of India, inspired by India.
I already started one of these. So good.
This is a little sandwich.
Mhm.
This is a sandwich cookie, and so think about that really sophisticated afternoon tea. Well,
Mhm.
we've got black tea inside this cookie, and it's also laced with ginger. So it's a sandwich cookie, great with a cup
So
of
it's
tea.
healthy, right?
Yeah, definitely. The cream
But
is
the
so
cream
good too.
center, really sophisticated and nostalgic. If you remember those cream pies, this is some masala cream pie.
This tastes really light, too.
Yes.
So good. They gave us milk this time, too, which is necessary. So this next one here, Northern California.
We go to Napa Valley
I love
and
it.
we go to wine
country. Yes,
so
beautiful.
Love this cookie because it's a great way to use up those leftover cranberries that might be hanging around in your fridge.
Mhm.
So this cookie, you're going to make a jam from cranberry and some red wine. It's light dough. You roll it up, slice them, bake them.
Beautiful.
Now, and you don't have to use the good stuff for this cookie. You can use you don't have to use your best bottle, but they do taste really good
With
a
wine?
good
Delicious, yeah.
glass of wine. Also,
Excellent.
very grown-up cookie.
All
Okay,
right.
and so for the 5th cookie that Gio's going to try today, this peppermint black and white cookie taking us to New York City.
We go right to here in New York. They're iconic because everybody loves it. But bakeries and delis, they all have this cookie.
I can get my own cookie. I don't need you touching my cookies,
We're
Gio.
riffing on that iconic cookie. We've added some peppermint extract and crushed candy
you're
canes.
dipping it?
Also,
I'm dipping it.
a great cookie for you to make with your little daughter. You crush up those candy canes. You'll like to sprinkle them on top. Great cookie.
How was it in the
like
milk?
a fluffy cookie.
Yeah,
Love it. The peppermint is like next level. It's a level up.
Yeah,
Oh,
nice
so
peppermint
good.
extract.
All right, and then this is from Southern California.
Southern California. Now, the lime thumbprint has become the most popular cookie on bonappetit.com right now.
It's like on a snickerdoodle type
It's
cookie. Oh my
graham
gosh.
cracker crust.
Oh.
Remember that lovely lime.
Heavenly.
Wow,
The
it's like a key lime
It's like
pie
a
and
key
a
lime
cookie.
pie. You've got a dollop of custard in the center.
Thank you so much for bringing these to us, mostly for Gio, for having 6 cookies that quickly. You are amazing. And you can find all of these recipes for all of these cookies on our website.
This is a great day.
Cookie.
Yeah, eating all the cookies here. Thank you so much for starting your day with us.
You can catch more weekend news coverage over on ABC News Live.
I'll be there. Will be there. Have a great day. Thank you, Jamila.
Yay!